Good morning, Arizona.
Coming up next, did you know that a robot can help you have a nicer smile, cut down on that brace time? We'll check out something called Sure Smile when we come back. Hey, Bruce, did you ever have braces?
Yes, I did have braces.
Good times, bad times? Would rather not think about it?
You know, when you were a teenager, you got those braces. Everybody kind of went through it, so it was your turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had braces.
Were you made fun of, Bruce? Were you
Of course,
picked on?
tin grin, right?
Tin grin. Well, remember the old days when having braces meant a mouthful of metal and getting teased. Those days apparently are over, and there's a new procedure used to straighten teeth. It's called Sure Smile, and they use 3D imaging and some sort of robot almost to make the procedure a little bit more efficient, to cut back on the time that you have braces in your mouth. And we've got Dr. Joe Pearson, who's an orthodontist who uses this procedure and says, in all of your years, this is the biggest advancement you've seen in your career?
Absolutely. This is the biggest advancement in 30 years in orthodontics.
That's amazing. Why isn't everybody using this then?
It's new. And just a select few people are doing it. About 150 offices across the nation are using it. But it's going to be very significant in orthodontics in years to come.
Before we get to Eunice, because she says she interviewed several orthodontists, chose you to do her procedure because of Sure Smile. What is it?
Sure Smile is a technique that has three components. First, we use the digital model of the teeth to make a perfect representation of the patient's teeth. That model allows me to quickly evaluate several different options of treatment and pick the right one for that patient. And then I direct a robot to bend a wire that has the prescription in it to create exactly what the patient needs in their final positions of their corrected teeth. That wire, the wires that we use, are far more flexible than the working arch wires used in conventional orthodontics.
Do they feel different on your teeth? You know,
they do.
Okay,
they
so
do.
it doesn't feel like you had that mouth full of metal.
It still feels like braces, but there's a different feel to it. And because they're far more flexible, fewer adjustment visits are needed to correct your treatment. And because with the computer plan and the robotic precision of the arch wire formation, we can move the tooth directly from one place to its corrected position. That's where the time saving comes in. Teeth don't actually move faster. It just means everybody moves to their respective place at one time, instead of doing things sequentially as in conventional orthodontics.
Is there any downside to this? I mean, is it enormously expensive? Is the cost higher? Or?
It's about 10% more expensive, which is well worth having a 40% reduction in treatment time. That's 8 or 9 months for an average patient, and some patients can get treatment under 1 year. Eunice was able to complete her treatment in just over 8 months.
Well, let me talk to Eunice, because you actually have had braces twice, so you know what it's like to have the ones that we're used to and the ones that you got through Sure Smile. What is the difference for you?
The difference to me is I want it effective and expedient and efficient. And I'm 55 now, and so I wanted something that would be quick, that I would be able to get on, taken off, people could understand me. I talk a lot.
Well, I was asking you, why did you wait so long to get braces? And that's when you told me, I've had them before.
I've had them when I was 16, and over the course of time, teeth shift. And they continue to shift. And so by the time I got into my 50s, I was starting to lisp again, which I had taken speech therapy for years, and I was having to put back into practice what I had learned.
Here's the before and after, Eunice, of what you had done, and one of the things that you loved was you said it did shave about, what, 8 or 9 months off?
Yes, it did.
Did they feel different? Were they lighter? You could tell
they
huge
felt
difference?
about the same, except the process now that is used is they band only the front. They're not the wires that go all the way around.
And you didn't have to go in for all these rewiring, and because those things are never fun either.
I went in twice.
And that's it.
Yes.
Worth the 10% added cost?
Absolutely. Dr. Pearson was worth every penny.
That's very nice of you to say. It's called Sure Smile, and I imagine you're going to start seeing it in offices, as you mentioned, more offices as time goes by. And you've seen no side effects, nothing. You just love this thing.
I do. I think it's the greatest thing that's happened in orthodontics.
I agree.
If I need braces again, I'm going to have to consider this, because I don't want to spend 2 years with a mouthful of metal. We've got the information on Dr. Joe Pearson's practice on our website and our hotline. If you want to find out more about Sure Smile, you can log on and get that information. Thanks for being with us, and your smile looks great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Nice to meet you. And I know her husband's over there, Dan, grinning ear to ear as well.
I don't know if he's had braces, but that's quite a smile he had on his face when you were talking to us.